Good morning, teachers. Yay! I always actually go do that. Okay. So I'm always happy to be here, and I don't like the sound of the TV. All right. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so good morning, everybody. I'm doing this again on my Riverside.fm studio. I'm also recording with a different webcam. This one is it's like a one that you plug in and it's like a whole thing, but it's very like up close and personal. Whereas the other one is more landscape, more gets more of the shot, more of my background, more of my body and stuff. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, so today I'm just literally here on the live, not to talk about anything specific. Yeah, I'm just very excited for the new week. It's been a few days since I was live, so I just thought I would do it again because it's really good just to stay on top of these things. Because the thing is, the aim of what I want to do is I want to change the TEFL industry. There's not something in me that says, I want to do a small little thing in the industry, or I want to be a. I want to change the industry. The industry itself, it's lovely, the industry itself, but the people that are in it is just, and it needs to change because at the end of the day, um, there's only these few companies, especially the companies in China, that are so like literally controlling everything, right? Why are there no companies in South Africa? Why are there no companies in like actual companies, not like a company through a company? So the company that I worked for when I started teaching, they were a recruitment company that was going through another company in China. So the recruiting agency employed people to work for them so that they could teach for Tutor ABC or what was the other group? iTutor group or Tutor ABC, and that's how it was, right? So yeah, why are we doing that? Why are we not sourcing our own students and then having them in our company? I know it's a lot of work. I know it's a lot of administration, but what what is not administration? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, um, yeah. Why are we not doing that? So if we all, because I would like to believe that obviously, or maybe the second part is what I would like to believe, because the first part is like generally true, that everybody has their own unique gifts and talents and skills and whatever, right? Sometimes some things that you are born with, that's not something that you have to go out and learn. It's things that you inherently or mm, yeah, inherently have. It's just natural. You're gifted with this ability to teach, this ability to help others, this ability to love communicating with people, right? So a lot of the times we get into jobs that we don't like, right? So I get into a retail job and I don't like being front line with people. I don't like being face to face contact with people all the time, every day, and having to stand around in a store. I love helping people, but not in that way. I didn't enjoy that, right? So a lot of the times we get into these jobs, we absolutely hate it, and then automatically we bash the entire job industry or the job world, right? That's what I did for so many years. I bashed the job world simply for the fact that I didn't like one job. There was one job that I didn't like. My first job that I ever had, I worked at Intech College and I was administration there. So I was like for lack of a better word, I was like, okay, let me just call it a freelance admin in person, right? So there was like an upstairs section and there was a downstairs section. So I was the person that scanned in all the documents for all the consultants. I made sure that all their applications got to them. So they obviously had the physical application, and then I would scan it in and they would get it, blah, 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 blah. I enjoyed doing that because I didn't have to be face to face with people all the time, soothing their anxieties, I guess. you know, I was just here doing the admin side, etc., whatever, right? And I liked that so much. And I got a lot of compliments for it, for the job. I don't know if that dude was lying to my face, but I did enjoy the job that I was doing. I did enjoy it. I didn't wake up in the morning and then just like, ugh, I have to go to work today. I'm so annoyed. It was never like that. I loved what I did. And that's what made me love the job industry, so to say, because I was like, yeah, let's get into it. Because actually, not my first job, that was probably my first admin job, but the job I had just before that, I was working at the salon. And it was horrendous. That was bad. That was really bad. And that kind of made me hate the job world, because I was like, all jobs are like this. I didn't get a lunchtime. I didn't get a tea time. You had to just, like, if you're gonna, make yourself some coffee, you're going to quickly just do that, get done, and get out of the kitchen area or tea area. You have to just, if you scold your mouth, whatever, you are needed constantly to be outside, to be where customers can see you. And we'd probably get like, on a very busy day, like 15 people for the entire day coming in there. It was really sad. But I didn't like it simply for the fact that there was no time for me to eat anything. There was no time for me to rest, because you're on your feet the whole day. You're working 8-9 hours, and and I guess that is the hair salon industry, I guess. But it just wasn't for me, right? Just wasn't for me. So, and the point that I'm trying to make is that um, when we have this one job, it kind of dictates to us what the job market is all about, or the job, yeah, the whole job industry, the whole thing. The entire mechanism is broken, and nothing is going to work for me. There's another dude. His name is Simon Squibb. I've listened to him for many years. And something that I'm finding that he keeps on saying that is so not true is that you don't need a job. Why? Some people are just really, really good workers, right? So I guess, as things get automated, there won't be a need for all the physical face to face jobs. But there's lots of people that thrive on physical contact with people. There's lots of people that thrive on that connection, that human connection with people. And that's a good thing. Um, even though their customer service skills are like, it's no good, they thrive on it. So you don't see um, the bank at your local mall closing down because how can I say, they are just not impressed with the customer service. People are going there anyway. Um, so, so no, and not to say that they must be bad or whatever, but it's not going to close down just because a couple of people are like, oh, these people don't know how to speak to people. They'll just go to a different bank or different branch within Absa, Capitec, whatever. But the branch is not going to close down just because you decide that those people don't have customer service skills. So the job market, the job industry, the job whatever, it's there to serve a purpose. So I don't think that we should be bashing the industry, because there's lots of people that need jobs. There's lots of people that love jobs, right? Just as much as there's lots of people in the TEFL industry that want jobs, right? So where it kind of differs is that there's so many teachers, and not to say that it's saturated. I don't believe in that word saturated, or oversaturated, um, because the thing is, there's so many of us on this planet, and there's so many different things that can be done within an industry, especially when it comes to education. So the TEFL industry is the education industry. There's so many different things that you can do within this industry. You do not have to be somebody that is teaching students, right? You don't have to be somebody that is like sitting here the entire day online. And not to say that you don't want that, but you need to decide what you want for yourself. It doesn't have to be, and it shouldn't be, oh, this person is, teaching at that company and they're doing really well for themselves, so I need to do that in order to be successful. You could be the person that those teachers are teaching students, right? Fine. They still want to grow their teaching businesses. So let's find a way to help them grow their teaching business, right? So what do we know that they are out there that can be helpful to people in general, right? Helping people with their social media is one of the biggest ways that you can make income. Everybody wants to and needs to be online, right? So if you can help teachers, specifically TEFL teachers, with their social media pages, it can just be a page that you run. They make you an admin of, blah blah blah, or you could just be the person that creates visuals and content for them. So they are creating the videos, creating the visuals. Maybe it's just a picture of them that they want to create into a graphic. Maybe you have to edit a few videos, and then actually get it to social media. They'll do the rest of that. Or you can completely take over their social media and be their manager of sorts, their social media manager of sorts. I speak about this a lot. I don't think that there are any. There could be. I stand under correction, or I speak under correction. That there could be people already doing this, which is like literally good on you. But there aren't many people that think like this. That the TEFL industry is not just set on I teach students, I work for a company and I get out. Not out of the industry, just when I finish my day, I'm done. There's so much more that you can do. You could be really good at organizing. So you could be somebody that organizes a teacher's day, not only their students, but also the materials that they use for these students. So these teachers may not have a set curriculum that they use. You could be the one setting it up for them based on the student's needs, or based on what the teacher tells you about what they want or they would like to teach to their student, what comes next, blah, blah, blah. You could be fully creating a curriculum for teachers. This could be solid or solely based on free resources that you find online, and you could create an entire curriculum from A to Z with that, and then actually source it to teachers. You could run a membership, because obviously you're not going to sell a resource that is freely available online. If you've compiled it in a certain way, create a membership around that, because then it creates a little bit of a better, okay, this is a membership. You are just part of my community. Then you kind of avoid all that legalities, and yeah. And I'm not trying to like steal people's stuff, but you're sharing information, right? Information can be shared for free. Information can be shared that is paid for. So that could be something that you do. What else can I think of? You could be creating PDFs, right? You could be creating these resources, not only the curriculum, but these free, this like single or randomized um, mm, resource material items, right? So PDFs, it can be an ebook, it can be um, very popular. Please use this idea. Um, PowerPoint presentations, right? Very, very much needed. What you can do is you can create it on Google. Google has slides, and you can use that app. You can have it on there. You can create those things. You can create documents, you can create slides, you can create forms, whatever you need, and then put it into all of those resources. You can put it into Google Classroom, and you can let your teachers use it from there. You can put it on a site like Payhip, and you can sell it. You can also create a membership on Payhip. So then through that membership, they will then have access to, there's so many other ways that you can be in the TEFL industry without having to find students or find a company to work for and teach English or teach your thing, your am I saying it correctly? Niched. Yes, your niched thing. You do not have to be a teacher here every day. For what? And this is what I'm trying to really like get into the minds of teachers, that you can be anything. It doesn't matter. You need to also be okay with what's the word that I want to use? Fail, but not fail so much. You need to be willing to test as many things that's out there. So social media managing for TEFL teachers, being a plotter, so plotting out their day. What do you call those kinds of people? Like a day organizer or whatever, but there's like a word for it. Um, like a planner. I don't know. But anyway, you are like the personal planner. So you are a person that is actually planning their day. They will give you all the stuff, all the stuff that they have to do. And then maybe you are really good at prioritizing stuff. I suck at prioritizing. So I write down a list and I just do the easiest thing first, which is terrible. So maybe you are really good at prioritizing. So okay, that looks like the most difficult thing to do. Let's put it on the top of her list or his list and let them work from the top down, whatever. Okay. You could even do things like this, where you go live every single day. Doesn't have to be for long, but I'm telling you, once you get live and you start getting into your flow, when you start speaking about the things that literally bring you joy, it's just going to spill and overflow. You're not going to stop talking. I saw this, it was a hoodie and t-shirt, whatever, it's like apparel that you can buy. It says professional yapper. I need that one. I need that. So if someone would like to either sponsor me with that would be wonderful. Or I'll just get it myself. This doesn't want to stand now, so you will go flat. Oh, shit. I dropped it. Okay. But anyway, so yeah, being an organizer, being like a virtual organizer. You can even source a couple of actual TEFL teachers in your area. There are many teachers. You will find that there are teachers within your surroundings or a little bit outside of your surroundings that need help with their day-to-day. You'll find them. Yeah. Finish up. Okay, so this is what how can I say? This is kind of like my business model, or how I'm going to run it. How I'm doing things now. I really feel like sometimes when we do something, we feel like we're locked into this very thing. So I started out doing only CVs, right? Only started doing CVs, and then I kind of felt locked into that. And then I was like, oh, I can only do CVs. I can only do cover letters. I can only do video editing, whatever. And then I kind of thought, okay, I'm going to need to kind of break away from that and then do coaching. So I included it in the whole package. So including all the training, all your document editing, crafting, drafting, whatever. I included a coaching section. So then I would help teachers through the interview process, through the talk them through their demo lessons, all of that. And then I went into like coaching for independent teachers, because then I started getting on the track of like, this is no longer working out anymore for teachers. And I don't want to keep on pushing this narrative that there are like 10,000 jobs for all of you people. So then I started putting out the narrative, um, the thing, man, the thing. the idea that independent teaching is the way to go, and I'm 100% behind that, because independent teaching is the way to go. I think I spoke about her on here. I don't know, but I spoke about her on her live. A Canadian teacher I recently got into contact with, she started her own teaching business. She did work for a different company that was based in China, but then which was online. But then she decided, hey, there are kids in my area that need help. So then she started teaching French in Canada. She started doing that, and she's got a full roster plus teachers that help her. And you know what I'm saying? So this is why I'm so very passionate about do your own thing. Do your own thing. I do enjoy tutoring. I do enjoy teaching, but I find that I have like, and maybe it will come with time, but genuinely, I have commitment phobia. Genuinely, I can't commit to a schedule even now. Like, maybe that's something I'm putting in my mind as well. Maybe it's something that I need to overcome. I've overcome a lot of things, in terms of, like maybe self-doubt, self-confidence, whatever, self-talk of like negativity. I've overcome a lot of these things, right? But I think maybe, I don't know if it's just who I am, and I just should live it. But I have commitment phobia. I'm not even able to come on live every day at a certain time. Yesterday, I didn't even go live. I planned to go live. I didn't go live. Imagine I announced that crap. And then everyone is, oh, not everyone, but people expected me to come online, and then I just didn't show up. I don't like that about myself a little bit, because it doesn't make me feel disorganized. I used to feel very disorganized and flustered and chaotic, and everything was just lots of buzzing in my head. But now I've really, oh my goodness, the quiet and the excessive talking and the excessive chaos and the excessive, sometimes voices in your head, not in that way, but the voices, like there's lots of talking in my head a lot. So it feels like, I like the comparison of a squirrel that is literally going batshit in your head. It feels like that sometimes, or it felt like that. So now I've quieted that noise, like to a whisper. I no longer feel frantic. I no longer feel like I haven't done this and now I beat myself up about it, or I failed to do it correctly or the way that I should have, and I beat myself up for that. So I've just I've done away with all of that negative self-talk. I don't get flustered. I don't get frustrated. I am a better parent to my child because I don't get angry with him. Before, when there was so much going on in my head, I just couldn't focus on anything he was saying. His homework was draining. His talking was draining. Having to fetch him from school, having to drop him at school, everything just felt like a lot. Everything felt like a lot. Everything felt like a burden. And when I quieted those noises, just like, hey, you need to shut the hell up, man. Because I can't focus. I can't focus with all of that talking in my head, that all that energy going on. Just couldn't focus. And now I would say, I don't know if people are going to say this about me. I'm talking about my family, not people. Um, but I feel level headed. I feel the most focused than I've ever been. I've said this a lot of times online before. I'm the most focused I've ever been. But this is, I don't know if any of you have watched Rob Dyrdek on My First Million. Probably not. I don't know who listens to My First Million. That was the most amazing. I've never listened to, I've listened to it 3 times already. It's the most amazing, almost like productivity um, podcast or video you can ever watch. Ever. There's nothing like the way that he speaks, the way that he speaks about his life. That is, when I listened to it the first time, I was still chaotic in my head. I was still whatever, right? And that really got me to a point of like that video, that podcast, it helped me. It really helped me. I'm an audio learner. I learn much better when I hear something. Watching, I need my eyes to focus on different stuff. So I enjoy reading while I'm listening. I'm not reading a book, but like reading maybe notes, maybe reading social media. Sometimes I scroll while I'm listening to a podcast. Um, but I learn best when it's audio or audio. Just audio. I'm not gonna try the other versions of that word. So these are things that you need to learn about yourself, because you're getting frustrated with yourself, with your life, with your journey, with your job, with your kids, with your husband, with your wife, with your dog, with your neighbor, with your mom, with your dad, because you don't really understand what it is that you should be doing in life. Simple as that. And I don't mean to come across as condescending or like I am better. I will never be better than anybody else. I'm just better than I was yesterday. I'm better than I was a year ago, 1,000 times better than I was a year ago. So this is the person that I can speak to you from that learning. From a year ago, I was insane. Up to this point where I'm so level headed, I know exactly where I'm going. I really thought I needed so many mentors, I needed so many voices in my head, because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know where I was going. I don't know. Then I just cut out everybody. I was just like, this is the reason why there's so many voices in my head, because there's so many people on my social media that are doing better than me, that are doing more fantastic things than me, that are enjoying the world, all of these things. But why are we comparing our lives to others? Why are we doing that? So I just stopped doing that, because for me, genuinely, this is not like made up and haha, it's a joke. I don't want to travel the world. That is not my aspiration. It's really not. I don't want to. It's not something that is a journey that needs to be followed by me, because I don't want to. Okay, I've been to 2 places in the world, which is the UK and Dubai. And do I need to see more of the world than that? According to me, no. According to me, no. And maybe it's because I'm scared of flying. I'm scared of flying. It's kind of weird, but it's just not an aspiration for me. I don't aspire to have this expensive car. I aspire to have a humongous house. That is aspiration for me. That is what I want for my life. I want a ginormous house. It must have 12 plus bedrooms. It must have wings. It must be a double story. Maybe. It doesn't matter. But if you're gonna have 12 bedrooms on like one floor, it's gonna be like this weird big house. It's gonna be weird. So if it's 2 floors, it doesn't have to be like wide. But I like, that is aspirational for me, or that is something that I aspire to, having a big house. And then driving, the car that I would like to have is it's a Suzuki Jimny. That's the car I want. and a big house. So your dreams don't have to and shouldn't be other people's dreams, because other people have different aspirations to you. Some people want to travel the world. Some people want to be sipping cocktails in the Bahamas. Some people want to do that, and that's okay. But it's also okay to want a, what do people like to say? Like a Honda, like a nice cheap car. It's nice to just have something that can get you from point A to point B. You visit your family, you see your friends, and you enjoy your life. You don't need to aspire to a bigger life than that, than the one that you really want. Yeah. So anyway, that is just me. And I recently I was watching a Gary Vee video. I was watching one of his. It was one of the live streamed. Yeah, he's Tea with Gary Vee, the most recent ones. One of the recent ones. I can't remember which one it is. But there was a guy on there. I can't remember his name. I need to actually watch it again. I need to find which one I watched. Um, there was a guy on there, and he spoke to Gary, and he said to him, he asked him this question, that he started this channel. He's very interested in either geography or history or something, a subject, right? He's very interested in this particular subject, and he's just been doing a lot of um, YouTube videos online. Well, yeah. He's been doing a lot of YouTube videos. I'm not sure if he's doing it live or if he's recording it and then posting it to YouTube, but he's just been doing that, and he loves it. He absolutely loves it. But then a friend or somebody came to him and said, "Hey, you should be monetizing this, because you can't be doing this forever." I think he's been doing it for like a year or two or whatever, or up to that point he'd been doing it for a year or so. And then the question that he asked Gary was like, should I be pushing myself into this thing where I don't really feel like I want to be doing that, because I love giving this information away for free? And Gary said, do the thing that you want to do. Give your thing away for free. Just give it away. Who There's so much information online. Anybody, the stuff that he's teaching, you can just find it on another channel. But nobody teaches the way that he teaches, the way that he presents himself, the way that he puts himself out there online, right? So people are going to come to him specifically for who he is. And in that moment, in that very moment, oh my word, it just literally, it liberated me from head to toe on the fact that this is what I should be doing. I create better life. I speak better live. I think better live. I can think out loud. I can think good stuff. I can think nonsense. I can say it. I can just be who I am. And whatever happens, whatever happens, however it happens, that is how it happens. But I am done. I'm done, forcing the monetization of my channel type of thing. I'm done doing that. It is horrendous to try and, because it always, the selling, it always feels like a bunch of lies. I don't know why. Maybe that's just not me to be selling to people all the time or telling them, oh, this is what I have on sale. I really hate that. Even though I do have stuff on sale and I will speak about it, it doesn't mean that I won't be selling something. It just means that I don't like it. You don't have to like selling. You don't have to. There's so many different ways that you can, yeah, there's so many different ways that you can make income. There's so many different ways that you can grow your platform. You can grow your followers. You can grow your listeners. Just from doing this, I grew, I think I got like 16 new followers, and I haven't even been doing it every single day. 16 new followers on Instagram. I've got a couple of friend requests on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, what are we doing? Um, I've advised a lot of people on a lot of stuff. Um, oh, um, and the thing is, when we don't take action, that is the only time um, that you will start to feel like a failure. Your entire business depends on action. Your entire business depends on your action. It doesn't depend on whether you got that PDF perfect or that infographic or that graphic that you wanted to put online, that one post that you posted last month or last year. Your last post on Facebook or Instagram was 3 months ago. That's your most recent post. We need to take more action in our businesses. We need to take more action in our life in general. I know you're trying to be like really busy. You're trying to have a life. You're trying to work and balance that life. But I'm telling you, if you first learn, because these are the things I had to learn for myself. If you first learn how to quiet up here, if you first learn how to quiet the noise of everybody telling you what to do as well. Because there's lots of people just recently, literally on Saturday, I was making a joke. I was making a joke, but it was kind of not a joke at the same time because I got a lift from my aunt and her husband. I got a lift to my uncle's funeral. And then he said to me, yeah, yeah, you owe me. And I was like, yeah, yeah, I will 100% give you anything else. I'll come to you. I'll give you massages for free, whatever. I'll give you anything for free. I just don't have money because I'm unemployed. That's what I said. And then this one lady, she says, you don't have a job. And I don't know if she meant ill by it. I don't think she did because she's a lovely human being. But that was the first thing that's the first things that come out of her mouth. What do you do for a living? You know, what do you plan to do with your life? My two youngest cousins, or not the youngest, but yeah, they finished school last year, the year before. No, they're 19 now, so they finished last year. Yes. I get so confused because these children are growing up so fast and they're making me so old. I feel so like, geez, man, these children were born yesterday. How are they 19? How are they going to clubs right now? That's just not on. They babies. Anyway, so about them. I felt so, it took me back to when I was 18. It took me back to when I was 19, thinking about what I want to do with my life and where I'm going and where I'm headed. And I was very fortunate to grow up in a household that promoted the hell out of volunteering. So when I was 14, 14ish, yeah, I started my journey with the guiding movement, right? So the guiding movement is basically like scouts, because lots of people know more about scouts than they do guiding. It's so weird. It's literally the same thing. Anyway, or not really. Guides are better. Anyway, so it was the Girl Guides, and specifically it was for girls. The scouts is for both. But anyway, Girl Guides. I started Girl Guides in when I was 14 years old, and from that time that we joined it, my sister and I, there was a lot of volunteering involved. We gave a lot of our time, not only to the actual place that we met at, but to fundraising, to going and selling the Girl Scout cookies or the guide cookies, whatever, the biscuits and so on. So we did a lot of those things, right? And I always promote or try to get into children's minds, especially when they're going to school. Like literally, you have no responsibilities, nothing. You're not even responsible for yourself. You're like this much. All you need to do is bathe, eat, not even eat at this point. All you need to do by yourself is bathe and go to bed. So you have a lot of free time. You have a lot of free time to volunteer. So I volunteered at a lot of different places. My mom is a nurse, so I did campaigns with the city. this, what do you call it, measles campaigns, where they vaccinated the children for measles. They gave them deworming tablets, they gave them vitamin A, whatever it was. We volunteered. So we went out with the nurses to the different daycares and creches and primary schools, and they vaccinated the kids. We possibly gave out a deworming tablet or two, and then, you know what I'm saying. So there was lots of volunteering that I did up until when I started working. And even now, I don't shy away from the idea that I can volunteer my time, because when you help somebody in need, do you know how absolutely fulfilling that is in your own life? It's so cool. It's such a good thing as well. It makes you feel good about yourself too. So yeah, volunteering. Yes. So when I speak to teachers specifically about volunteering, lots of teachers that come my way don't have teaching experience at all. They don't have teaching experience with anybody. They just got into TEFL because they heard about it. It's really cool. They'd like to do it, but they don't know how to teach. So my suggestion to you, if you are a new teacher, if you just started teaching, is to volunteer your time. Stop thinking that you first need to get paid for what you do, because your experience speaks more to the person that you want a job from, than not having experience and just expecting this job. You know what I'm saying? There's so many places that you can volunteer your time. I'm so sure that daycares will happily have you volunteer. Something that you can have as well. If you're doing it online, you wouldn't need this. But if you're doing it, if you're volunteering at the daycare or primary school, whatever, is to already have your police clearance. Because then you're already like in such good state. I think it's like, I can't say, but it's like 100 rand or something for a police clearance. I haven't done it, so I don't know, but I've heard it's somewhere around there. Get your police clearance, have it already going, or have it, because it's a long process. It takes about a few weeks, month to actually get it, and then you'll be able to get in anyway. You'll be able to volunteer anyway and do anything with kids. Yeah. Especially if you want to do teaching, because that's who I'm talking to, teachers, online teachers. So yeah, and then if you want to do online volunteering, there are so many places you can find, on Facebook, on Instagram. Sure, I forgot the name. You can go out and text people. People like me, people like other teachers, anybody really, that's in the teaching industry. Text them and say, hey, I'd like to volunteer. There's even whole organizations you can volunteer at or for. I forget the names of these places. I have them somewhere. Uh, Please don't tell me I deleted it. That would be really sad. Let me just find it quickly. Allow. Yes. Yes. Okay. Let me just. Why didn't it go in? Go there. So I've written it down. Maybe I can share my screen. Specifically for that. I don't know what I did. It exited this picture in picture thing. Okay. To maintain. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I want to share my screen. This one. But now it's not. There we go. Let me just see. Is it sharing my screen? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Right. So these are my free resources. Let me just close this page so you can check the whole thing, the whole full thing. Okay. So this is a resource that I put together yonks ago, such a long time ago. So here you can check out this sales and marketing, this online teaching software. I've put videos as well that will show you how to download the software, how to use the software, blah, 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 right? This is fantastic. I never even knew that this one is so nice. ClassIn, it is fantastic. Anyway, so yeah. And then this will show you how to share screen. There's quite a few people that I had to actually show how to share their screen on these platforms. So it's good to just have there. Then you have your games and fun. Quizlet is a place where you create your own quizzes, games, whatever. And then here's a fun game thing, and this is a PDF with games on it. Here's lesson planning. Here's a lot of free resources that I've gathered. I created this platform or this resource a long time ago, so I need to actually maybe find some more. This is nice, eh? Rainbow of Education. Oh my goodness. I suggest you look at it immediately because it's amazing. But anyway, all these places you can teach online, teaching abroad. There's a lady named Kate, and then TEFL Freedom. Her name is Deborah and Trish. They operate TEFL Freedom. I'm not sure if it's their business. I can't tell. It doesn't matter, but they help with teaching abroad. So I put the website here because you're able to book a call with them. You're able to see where you can teach. They show you the different countries, the requirements for teaching there, all of that stuff. And here we go. Here's the section I was talking about, the volunteer teaching. Here's 3 different places you can work. Okay, this is worky.net. I'm not so sure if this is a volunteer teaching place, but I know that, you see, Worky is an AI sales automation software. So this, on Worky, it's basically like having it's like having a teaching profile on there. It's like having italki or Preply, where you create your profile, you're able to book students on there, you're able to accept payments. As far as I know, I'm talking specifically about the free version. You're able to accept payments on PayPal, if I'm not mistaken. And you're able to, the student is able to book sessions. You're able to manage your profile there, and you also have like a little landing page that they give you, so you can put all your resources on there, your introduction video, your pictures, your demo lesson video, everything that you have that is resources to you and your business. You can absolutely put it on there. So I don't know why I put it under volunteer teaching section, but this place is where you are going to have to, just like Super Teacher in South Africa, Planet. Planet is exactly like Worky. You put your profile on there. Planet is different though. You put your thing on there, and then the student comes to you and you take them off the platform, like booking with them and all of that. Whereas Worky does everything for you. Everything is on that website. What was the other place I spoke about? Planet and Worky, and that was all I spoke about. Yeah. So this one works very nicely. I've shared this with 2 or 3 different teachers. I mean, like people that I was actually coaching. I'm not sure if they've used it or what, but anyway, it looks really nice. The other place I spoke about was Super Teacher. Yeah. So I don't know, Super Teacher, I think that you would attract your student and then you take them off the platform to actually make payment and all of that stuff. I wouldn't know how that one works. Okay. Then you have your continued professional development. These are different places that you can do courses for free. These are fantastic. Teachers, do not overlook the skill advantage, or the skill or the advantage of skill development. Yeah, don't overlook that. Even if it's through free courses, or like courses, or little courses, but there's a different word that I want to use. I hate it when my mouth doesn't say the word that I'm thinking. Anyway, but yeah, these are places that you can do your continued professional development in as well. Then you have your planners. Notion is very nice, but Coda is better. This one that I'm using is called Coda. Coda is spectacular, miles better than Notion, according to me. It loads quicker. Notion takes 7,000 years to load. I can't stand that. So Coda is so easy. I'm gonna replace this with Coda. I don't know if Coda has a mobile app. I know that Notion had a mobile app, but yeah, Coda is so much better. So the website is what I use, documenting. Yeah, let's just say app or software, whatever. And then you've got a Brixit 24. Very oh my word. One of the best platforms that you can use is Brixit. You can create an online store. You can have up to 100 products on your online store. So much better than Equid. Your CRM, which is your customer relation management. So everyone that you get on there, you can have an emailing campaign on there. I don't know. I think you can have, with a free plan, you can have one campaign or something like that. But just go and check out the Brixit 24. The features, or when you go to the pricing section, they'll usually have like a graph of comparing all of the pricing plans, and then you can see what you get in the free plan, but you get a lot of stuff. And then Worky again is your teacher profile and your booking software, where people can also make payments. Okay. Then you have your content planning and scheduling. Rachel Peterson, I put her here simply for the fact that she is like the social media queen. She will help you, all her stuff online, whether it's TikTok, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Instagram, whatever platform. She teaches you how to actually put yourself out there. She's teaching you what is viral, what is trendy, what is, there's another lady called Shannon. She's more of the real queen. So she'll teach you about reels. I must actually like put the tags, like, when I say Facebook, I must actually make that a link so that when you click on it, it goes to her Facebook, and then also her TikTok, and also her Instagram and her YouTube as well. So I'll put that in there, as well as Shannon. They are fantastic. These ladies are like superstars. Okay, when it comes to scheduling, these platforms are very, very nice to use. Tailwind is fantastic. You get 20 free scheduling, 20 free schedules per month per social set. So I think you only get one social set. So you'll only be able to put on your personal or your business Instagram, your Facebook page. I don't think it links a Facebook profile. So your Facebook page, your YouTube channel thing. Your YouTube channel link or handle, and then your TikTok handle. That also doesn't have to be business. So how I use Metricool, because I don't like to have 20 for free. 20 when I can have 50. So how Metricool works is, when you post on, you can even post on 4 different platforms. So you can post on TikTok, you can post on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So if you're deciding to post on 4 platforms in one go, when you schedule it, you'll be able to then let me just get my wording correct. You can post to 4 platforms and only use one scheduling credit. So you get 50. You can post on 4 different platforms and you'll only use one credit if you're posting to all of those platforms in one go at one time. So if you want to post this one video at 4 different times, it's going to be 4 credits. I hope that makes sense. But that's how Metricool works. I cannot speak for Later, and I can't speak for Tailwind just because I don't use them. But I've put them there just so you guys can have an idea of what other platforms you can use to schedule your content. Okay. And then when you have a Canva Pro account, you can schedule to Instagram and Facebook. I think these are the only 2 places you can schedule them for free. You have like a whole planner and whatever. And then Facebook, you can schedule your stuff. You can schedule it straight into your on your phone and on your browser. You can do it into your group as well as your Facebook page. But when you want to schedule to your profile, you're going to have to do it from your phone, which is extremely annoying, because there's no way to save it. There's no way to save content. So every time I'm going to have to put stuff on my phone, and I don't want to do that. My phone is already full of crap. Um, so I just don't do that. So what I did now recently was I disconnected everything when it comes to my Facebook page, when it comes to my profile. I disconnected everything from each other. I was just like, you know what? Let's just restart. So I disconnected everything and then I reconnected everything. So now whenever I post on my story, um, and also my reels, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, on Instagram, it goes straight to Facebook, which is like perfect, which is absolutely perfect. I don't think I can do it in my posts. I forget, but I don't know. I forget. Um, but yeah, so when you connect all of your stuff, so you connect your Instagram to your Facebook and vice versa, make sure that you're doing it to your profile, or at least I have my profile is something that I've run on TEFL Made Easy, with my business. All the people that follow me there, all the people that are friends with me there are teachers and whatever. So when I post on my page, nobody sees it. So that's why I completely disconnected it and I put it onto my profile. I struggled for a long time because there's no information online. I tried, what you call it, I tried ChatGPT, I tried everything, and I was just like, you know what? Let me just do something and let's see if it works. And then it kind of worked. I still have to kind of, when I post a story onto my, select please share to my Facebook story. But I think what I like creating stories in Instagram more than I do in Facebook. But I see that if I create a story in Facebook, it posts straight to my Instagram. So I need to get used to making stories in Facebook. How boring, but okay. It is what it is. Okay, so I think I am done here with this particular thing. Yeah, oh yes, this is what I wanted to get into as well. So system.io, where I was talking about something else, and then I was like, oh, Brexit. So Brexit 24, it's very much like this one as well. But system.io is very nice. It gives you sales funnels as well. I don't know if Brexit does sales funnels. So a sales funnel is basically taking you from beginning to end. So you'll come in to the funnel and it will give you maybe you will type in your name and your email, right? So you capture that person's email, as well as the name, of course. And then they go to the next page where they can maybe download the resource or watch the video that you have created, that they want access to. It can also then be emailed straight to them, or because there's very few steps and very few automations you can use in the free version, what I do is I just put them in like a tag. Yeah, a tag, which is my Facebook leads, and then my Facebook leads get automated into this email campaign that I have on system.io. Okay, ConvertKit is also nice. There's another platform called EngageBay. Theirs is also nice. It's very much like system.io. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I didn't use it. I never used it. I'm not sure why. I may use it in the future. But yeah, I just didn't use it. So I deleted it off here. But this is where you can do your email marketing as well. You can build a community on system.io, whereas on Brexit you can't really build a community. So the community is like a membership where you'll have people, and it will work kind of like a blog, where you can post updates, where you can post resources. Obviously, people can communicate and engage with one another, and all of those things. So yeah, it's quite cool. Yeah. So I put this. Yeah, I was going to share this with a lot of people, but yeah, I was told not to. I don't know why. I was told not to share this. Um, and that's on listening to people. Okay, but anyway, this is going to be shared with all of y'all. Let me see if I can. Chat. Live stream chat. But I will anyway, I will put it in my feed. What do you call it? I'll put it in on my channels. I'll put it there in the, yeah. Okay. All right, sure. There was one day when Gary Vee spoke for 11 hours. How do you do that? No, you can exit this now. Okay. So yeah, that's all I had to show you for now. Sharing that. Oh, stop sharing.